Combos in Naraka are simply satisfying when you hit them, but the question is rather how to practice such combos most efficiently without giving up quickly or getting bored. In this video, I will explain a method that I personally use to practice combos as efficiently as possible. It should also be noted that, as I said, this is my method. This means that it may not suit you at all, or you may have to change a few things yourself to make it more comfortable for you. Everyone usually has their own way of learning things. It's also one of the first videos in the improvement series on my channel. There will be a lot of more videos to that, for example hero guides, new hero guides, etc. Everything you need to get better in Naraka. But I would say, let's start with the video. Before we start with the steps for the combos, I explain a principle that has helped me learn new mechanics in almost every game I touch, and literally really fast and efficient. The principle is called the 20-30 principle. It means 20 minutes of practice and then a 30-minute break. You're asking, why this principle? It's quite simple. Overall, we can concentrate for a maximum of 1.5 to 2 hours at a time. It still varies from person to person, but to power through for 1.5 hours may suit some, but I like to work more in less time to get the maximum progress. In the 20 minutes, you put on your favorite music plays, for example, so it's not so dry, and start concentrating on one thing, be it movement or the combo parts themselves, as it can very easily confuse your muscle memory. If the thing you're doing is really too easy, then you can move on to the next part, but only then. After the 20 minutes, we have a 30-minute break. You don't play ranked, replay, or anything else. You generally go away from Naraka completely. What you can do is listen to music or watch a series or anime or whatever, for example. What I do sometimes is I always play games that relaxed me. Mostly story games that I enjoyed, for example the Tomb Raider series. After 30 minutes, come back to Naraka and repeat the principle until you have absolutely no concentration or fun while doing it. You can also divide up the principle differently if 20 minutes is too long, for example. We have like 10-20 or 5-10. Now we come to the general learning of the combo. The first step is to take a close look at how the combo works and what exactly you have to do. In doing so, I mainly look at the KBM overlay if there is one. This usually gives a great overview of what exactly you have to do, and above all, when you have to press the input. I usually do this several times to get a rough overview about the combo. As a second step, I filter out which mechanics or which movement I need to be able to do the combo at all. For example, for the normal heaven step, you need sliding uppercuts to be able to do it at all. Before I even practice the combo, I first train the movement for it without the bot to get a feel for it. I do this until I realize that it is relatively consistent. You can also include a few combo attempts with the bot in between so that it's not so dry. Especially with long combos, it is smart to divide the combos into several parts. In some games, the combos are almost divided by the game itself. In Tekken 8, for example, there are small arrows between the combos. These can be seen as combo parts. Get back to Naraka. Let's start by dividing the combo into several parts. You can decide for yourself how it works best for you. But remember not to make the parts too long and work your way up bit by bit. For example, with this Liu combo, I would divide it as follows. The first part is the startup. Second part is the old activation, the tech chase, and the stagger with the uppercut. And the third part is, after the uppercut, the correct F timing and the finish. It is the best to practice part 1, for example, until you have a certain consistency. Then practice part 2. Either move on to part 3, or what I like to do is to combine part 1 and part 2 to see if there are any hard mistakes I do, and just practice them again. In step 4, we combine all the parts together and try to make the complete combo. It's best to check from time to time where your else ends you relatively difficult. For example, use the video you have and look closely at when he does the input, for example. Maybe the input you're doing is too late or too early. But overall, this is my method for learning combos. The more experience you have, the easier it is to learn combos. Every beginning is difficult, but your hard work will be rewarded. The important thing is to stay focused and above all, to have fun. Fun is the most important thing, as it is the quickest way to learn new things. With this in mind, I hope the video helped you and you were able to learn something new, and see you in the next video.